everyone, just before this video gets started, I would like you to like and subscribe, as I put a lot of effort and a lot of time into these videos I do. If you like and subscribe and watch to the end, there will be a sneak peek of an upcoming video coming up. So make sure you watch to the end. I'll give you some tips and tricks and how to get a wonder weapon in Die Machine. Thank you all for listening and enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Alf13 Games channel. Now, I know it's different, I am playing Call of Duty Cold War on zombies, but I think I found a pay-to-win gun, or a pay-to-win gun. So if you go over to the AK-74U, there's a build called Southern Mayhem. Note, this blueprint, so it says, reward their curiosity with a violent surprise using the Southern Mayhem SMG. Note, this blueprint offers orange tracer fire, fire dismemberment, and fire elemental damage in zombies mode. Now you might think, oh, it's only fire, it ain't gonna do that much, is it? But if you think of it, fire does extra damage and can have a chance of igniting enemies on fire. Now, normally, if you're going to get a normal pack-a-punch, you normally go for something like, you know, napalm burn, as you can see on the ammo mods. Napalm burst. Bullets do fire damage. Each bullet has a chance to apply the burn effects on normal enemies, dealing 20% of their maximum health in fire over 5 seconds, which has a 3-second cooldown. This is pretty much an automatic napalm burst, necessarily, because of the fire rounds. It might not ignite them, but you're still doing the damage of fire, which I think makes it necessarily a pay-to-win gun. I'll show you in some Die Machine, just to show you, and how it's a pay-to-win gun. But at the same time, it can be pay-to-lose if you've not got your napalm burst upgraded. So if you're going to use this gun, I recommend having napalm burst, because you can still get napalm burst, but nothing else. I'll show you it now. Obviously, kill zombies, upgrade, or exfil. Or you can just, you know, die. Also, if you enjoyed zombies or just my content in general, please make sure that you like and you subscribe, as it will help me reach 30 subs. And in case you don't know, at 30 subs I'm going to be doing a Dead by Daylight stream where I will be adding people who join the stream. All you got to do is, if you have Dead by Daylight, I'm going to put down your I'm going to show my username and the little numbers next to it. Then you do send, you go up to the little profile icon at the top and you should be able to friend me.
You're cleared, strike
that will
team.
be happening at 30 subs. So make sure you subscribe to that.
Recon the site, eliminate all hostiles.
As you can see, fire rounds for this gun. Back to the video. We have fire rounds. This is normally difficult. Normally, this thing wouldn't deal much damage. It's dealing... It doesn't seem like it's dealing much, but it's got fire. It deals more damage, I'm pretty sure. See? It has fire, which shouldn't be on a normal gun.
I should not be surprised. Dimensional breaches occurring around the globe.
Have fire on a
of course, it comes back to this facility.
Especially for probably one of the
know
best
better than
guns,
most, Dr.
considering that
Strauss.
the amount
Team
of ammo
facility
involved,
entrance should be just ahead.
while having that decent range coverage, can make it good. So if you change it to something that you actually want to use, to like a busted one, with this, you could get a fully kitted out AK-74U, and with fire rounds for zombies. You want something more like ammo, damage, and probably recoil control. Probably something like a stock and a foregrip.
Bushwhack!
This makes it insanely good for something like what's it called, like zombies. Because if you have that tiny amount of fire, just to give that extra, like maybe 2-3 damage, you're getting that extra damage which kills the zombies quicker. And with napalm burst, with triggering this even better with the extra damage, even more, makes it really, really powerful for sort of like crowd control, considering this weapon also pierces through zombies. Look, we've got about 2 zombies here, and we've got maybe what, 2 zombies here? 3 zombies, sorry. So, as you can see, 2 have vaulted. I'm gonna line them up. Look. It pierces. I'm gonna do the same here. That one back there has taken damage.
Second target removed.
So it pierces because of the fire rounds, giving that tiny amount of extra pierce, making it really powerful. Look, do a couple of shots. He's taking damage. And he's moving at the front. Look, again, he's taking more damage. They take less damage, but more or less it is pretty much the same. Look, I'm gonna see one, and he's taking damage because of the fire rounds. Now, I think this makes it pay to win to use fire rounds. I mean, I could be proven wrong. It might be just because of how the sheer firepower of the AK-74U. But the amount of recoil control this thing has, it may look like it has a lot. Okay, I can't really show you because of the fire rounds. But with this gun being insanely sort of like good with like automatic fire rounds straight off spawn, it makes me think like, well, if you already have that fire round, why don't you just use this weapon? Now, obviously with this, it does come to a downfall. You can't get stuff like brain rot, Kyro freeze, the electric one, dead wire. Can't get a shatter blast or anything like that, unfortunately. But at the same time, they don't necessarily need them. Like, napalm burst is still pretty good on its own with pretty much any gun. The napalm burst is already really good for pretty much any weapon, considering that at max level it has a cooldown of only 3 seconds, if not I think that's default. If you have that only 3-second cooldown and triggering fire a lot, makes it very good. So with the fire at the beginning, you get the extra maybe 1 damage. And this is extremely effective when coming against bosses as well. Bosses can take extra damage due to the fire rounds. And with the extra fire rounds, being that tiny amount of extra damage, you're able to kill bosses slightly quicker as well, which makes me think the weapon is pay to win. Obviously it does come with a downfall because it doesn't really give much sort of like
Frag that bag of guts.
benefit in multiplayer. It's just a weapon with tracer.
That
If you like to play zombies like me, then
Smoke checked.
obviously you want to use this dismemberment. I'll show you here again. It is Sudden Mayhem on the AK-74U. Is a legendary. And so it says here, the blueprint features orange tracer fire, fire dismemberment, and fire elemental damage in zombies mode as well. So if you like playing zombies, you can get the passive fire damage. Whereas in multiplayer or like Warzone, it's just tracer rounds really with fire dismemberment. So if you're a zombies fan, I recommend using this as one of the weapons, because of the automatic fire. So I'm going to continue on with sort of like other stuff that I would consider to be posted, probably not the best. So up first, obviously we have this. This is probably like one of the most pay to win weapons in my opinion. There could be others, I don't know. So tell me in the comments below, which weapon you think in zombies that would also necessarily be paid to win with like elemental damage. This could be for Cold War, or this could just be for the person. Say something like, oh, this weapon has automatic electricity or automatic flame wall. Let me know below. I'd like to know, and what in your opinion,
like a
whether it is paid to win or no, I don't think it is. could be proven wrong, or you could support me and just say, yeah, you're correct. Let me know in the comments. Anyway.
Strange. The door opens on its own.
I will show you
As if to
Catapult. It
welcome
doesn't
us.
really give much
Like
damage to
Lazarus
it when it's
risen from
Catapult.
the
It is
dead.
just the extra damage. But it's the
Anything to
napalm
share by your old employer,
I want to
Dr.
show you
Strauss?
on this weapon as well.
Any ideas what Omega Group's interest was in Project M Station?
I'm going to save it on screen.
Unfortunately, my time here was focused entirely on atomic research. But I heard stories.
So we're going to wait
Mysterious
for the zombies.
gateways, unnatural transformations.
Here's the weapon.
That
So this is
aside,
just
we
the fun.
should
There is a
restore
story.
power.
That's really good. You can see. I'm over here. There's 142. It's really good. It's close range because of the XP. You see how, even though it is dismemberment, how it's still doing huge damage up close. And it's okay. If there was a boss that guy, it would start losing a tiny amount more health because of, obviously, firearms. Really, I'm the boss because we fire damage. Just don't show the icon, I don't think, unless it might just be like a visual bug. But yeah, this weapon makes me think it is pay to win. And if you also have it, let me know. Try it out yourself and tell me if you think it's bad, or if it's just I'm thinking wrong, or this is really wrong. I'd like to know. I think it's pay to win because of fire damage automatic. So, with that said, I'm going to continue on until I get many burst.
God,
I've run out of ammo.
atom smasher. The collision of the particles. No wonder they abandoned atomic research. They found something far greater.
That looks just like the other anomalies we've seen. Is this the first one? Created during the war?
Oh no. This is the fridge. There's no point. I don't really want any attachments to the random this. Might be the item 7 for you or the attachments it's got, but how should be fire damage. Oh well,
Hostile frag.
that's right there. Get that thing. Fabulous. Now we're gonna enter the dark police and go get the machine part. So, a question from me is, what do you think the best cold versions is? Do you think it's this MKU because of this attack of this 3D? Or do you think that it's something else? Maybe like something like the MP10? Let me know. I'd like to know what you think. No, it's good. A lot of people say stuff like, oh yeah, what if this is the best now? Sometimes I don't think it's about now. I think it's about what goes in the field. For all I know, you'd probably be skilled with a Modern Warfare gun. Let me know what your best gun is and what level you've got it. And soon, I will do a first weapon, or I will be trying out your loadouts as well. So if you give me a weapon, because for example, for the first one I might do like a kilo build. Let me know for the Kilo 141 for Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone. Let me know what build and attachments you want me to use. I have it at level 64, correct? Or I can use the ISO SMG. Let me know what type of build you want me to go for. Leave it in the comments. Now I can show you. So, obviously you have fire damage.
lost you there.
Now,
What happened?
look,
Where did they go?
only napalm burst is
They
available.
traveled beyond our dimension.
Napalm bomb already
They
activated,
did not interact with the gateway, did they?
and
I'd recommend
obviously because my
extended
napalm burst is
quarantine
level
upon their return to base.
5, I'm gonna get it again now. What? Napalm burst again. And again. And again. I need to get back up on. Oh god. Napalm burst again.
That's killed.
Normally, if you have a zombie with napalm burst at level 5, you want to sort of like get zombies around it. Here's why. So sometimes when it dies, it'll like explode around it, making all other zombies nearby burn as well. As you can see there, he's now burning. And now he's burning. Nothing. And he's burning. It didn't do it like when the others running fast. Bring it around. Yeah, go look. Like that. Now they're on fire. This is just napalm bomb, but like level 5, because they don't release the weapon. But still, look, fire rounds. It shoots fire with napalm burst, it makes it stronger. And obviously see here, fire damage blueprint equipped. So you do have the automatic fire damage. Only napalm burst is available. Because it's the fire rounds. Which makes me think, in a way, that if your max stat ammo mod is napalm burst, it makes it pay to win. Because of it. Because you're going to have a level, let's just say you've got every perk level 3, but napalm burst is like what, maybe level 4? You're going to have a level 4 napalm burst with loads of zombies, so you can literally have things like this.
Radiator checked.
You might have the AK-7 for you, Matt. Uh-oh. Right, the AK-7 for you, Matt, like, maxed out. So you have 50 rounds round, like, or you might have that too. If you have this, it's going to do automatic fire damage. Attack upon, it just does damage. Making it stronger.
Neutralized flesh eater.
So I will probably still get fire damage, even while
Raptor 1 has an
I
exfil window
don't
open, strike team. Call it in if you need to bug out.
if I didn't have napalm burst, and I still had this, pack a punch, it would just do fire damage even more. Get some armor.
Near your position, he appears to be
Also, I have got
very
an upcoming video
radioactive.
that I hope you're gonna like. So, look, fire damage is being very evident towards big boy here. But fire damage. This is one, normally, when we playing normally, we normally see like the fire icon saying, oh yeah, we've got napalm burst. But because it's the sort of like default thing that I've got fire, it won't show up because
Armored
that's
subjects.
pretty much only
Dead enemy
thing
KI.
I know. But, just take shots and napalm burst. There we go. So each thing. Hopefully and hopefully that towards bosses.
Curious, when damaged, it splits itself in two.
When you do more damage obviously with insta-kill. Take down you. Take down you. This is going to be a small tutorial on how to get the DIE legit instead of having to spend points on mystery box. It's a legit way. So you have to kill the first little boss there, move over to here where you put the key card in. The key card goes in, you should get something called the DIE remote control.
Isotopic
Get the little thing where it
Post-mortem
says,
hostile down.
Scanning for DIE blah 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 blah. No.
Exfil window's gone.
You can
I'll let
take
you
the
know when
other
the
way
next
out.
one's available.
It would probably be quicker, but I'm just going this way because I need to stop off and get a perk real quick. Run quickly. So, let's up through this way. Anyway, really, to be honest, doesn't matter.
DIE signal detected.
It's here. So, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to turn it on remotely, and it puts on like a weird like air thing here. It'll absorb zombies if they're in it. Pretty much. It doesn't show that the health's going,
Stun.
so you could continuously stun.
Throwing stun.
Either or works. Be careful when dying. I would recommend that when you are playing, just make sure that you do have
Weapon
self-res.
storage at maximum. Fire.
You're gonna discard it, and there you go. Oh, I've missed. Alright. So I would recommend having maybe like toys or self-reses,
Enemy deleted.
maybe black holes. You probably don't want a black hole because it will kill them. But one thing to recommend is you're gonna want something like that. Then the DIE should be in this little electrical area. You can activate it through here to get the vacuum to work and then blast down the door. I don't have the DIE
The
in the fix.
decompressive isotopic estrangement machine.
It's really powerful.
It absorbs the energy of the living creatures and unleashes a devastating shockwave blast.
This perk is good for getting stuff like brain rot, dead wire, even on something like this. You can still get stuff like this, but you have to have elemental stuff. You have to probably get free or acid. Oh yeah, it gives discharge. Reload. Now I'm gonna so this DIE shockwave is probably one of the most powerful, the wonder weapons for this level. It's kind of easy to get. You only need to do the first megaton. You can't get any ammo mods because the elements are locked for this, because you can get them through doing the Easter egg for this one. I'm not going to show you that. I will try and research about it, see how to do it, and then I will show you. But that's just sort of like a small tutorial. I get it quickly. Now, this thing becomes really powerful when with swarms or with bosses. This thing is a very powerful wonder weapon that you want to get. You want to probably pack-a-punch it. I'll show you why. First of all, you're going to build up a small horde here. No matter how big the horde is, they might think, oh, why don't I use my SMG? My SMG will probably run out of ammo. This one shot pretty much anything, and it will pierce through everything. You can't go for walls, and then if you hold down the A button that you normally use for like weapons with like hot sticks or something, you will absorb them. That's how you get the ammo for this, unless you obviously buy it or get max ammo. So you absorb the zombies, and it gives you the ammo. Obviously I'm getting more because I pack a punch, but this is sort of like what you want to do if you're running out of ammo. It will absorb all zombies in front of you. It does take a couple of seconds to do, but once it's done, it becomes powerful. I'm going to get myself a sofa so I don't stop. So, now there is multiple ways you can get it, so in case you're wondering, oh, how do I get that? I'm going to hold down the aim button and it will launch it towards you. That's the empty canister for you. Now, you have to find a few of these, like kill Megaton and all that. Absorb you. That's the one thing you've got to be careful with this. It does take a little while. There you go, look, frame run. You can't normally get wonder weapons. You can get wonder weapons. I mean as in like, you can't get ammo mods, stuff like brain rot or napalm burst on a wonder weapon like this. Same with the AK-74U. So the AK-74 no FU. I can probably get the power tree or probably brain rot, dead wire, stuff like that. Trying to do it now, but when having these perks, when getting perks like this, you're gonna want this. I'll show you the perks I recommend
Exfil window
getting
available.
in a minute. If I'm correct, the machine for it should be here. No, it isn't, unfortunately. And I've got to go into the dark ether. Enter the dark ether. So the machine that gives you all the perks should appear right here when you go into the dark ether. As we should see now. There we go. Brain rot. See, look. This thing isn't meant to do brain rot. This is a fire weapon. It's giving me a brain rot. Which should happen considering that
Postmortem hostile down.
Megaton spawn. So this thing will one-shot it at an early stage because of the power level on it. It is only Pack-a-Punch level 1, but with this, you can pretty much one-shot anything, especially with insta-kill. Making it probably my favourite and most powerful wonder weapon of the entire game, I'd say. Now here, I'm going to show you which perks I recommend you getting.
Semtex Prime.
Because of how powerful they are. You're going to get Quick Revive, Stamina, Juggernaut, PhD Slider. A minute, there we go. So right now, I mainly have, what, 5 out of 6, 7, maybe 7 perks. 2 perks that I personally don't like, but could be really good. Mule Kick. You can carry a third primary weapon, but you have to. But if you're on controller, like PlayStation or Xbox, or maybe Nintendo Switch as well, I don't think Nintendo Switch has this. You have to press triangle to swap between your weapons. So you have to press triangle 3 times just to cycle back to that one weapon that you wanted to get to, because you have to press triangle, making it probably a really disappointing perk. And if you don't have it at a high level, then it becomes pretty weak in my opinion, because of the fact that you lose that third primary weapon and pretty much until you get it at level 5, to level 5, and you have to also make sure that you have it before you sort of like black out. And Tombstone. So pretty much you summon like a ghost version of you, pretty much. Like a dead, like green ghost version of you. Now you can shoot it as pretty much you as alive, but it only remains until you either bleed out or you revive the ghost. Or if you die with the ghost. But dying with the ghost will like kill you. Instead of being able to survive and probably stage race. If you hold triangle, it will put you into the Tombstone, where you'll be like a green version and you spawn around your character's down position. Now with this, you technically do get a second chance. You can make yourself last longer the more you upgrade it, and the quicker you run. But if you die while in that form, you pretty much die until the next round, until the next round's over. Making it a very risky perk, which I'm not really good with, considering that you might heal quickly. The one problem with it will be, obviously, if you get hit too many times, or if you're going to get swarmed, especially if you're playing like solo, or solo queue, where you don't get the best teammates, it's going to cost you. And if you've, let's say, got into a really high round wave, and you've lost level 2 or 3, let's say, you're not going to have the perks to be able to get that back into a really high wave. Maybe sort of like not like the perks too much. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it's really good perk. But in my opinion, I don't think it's that good of a perk, to a point where I'll probably use it like all the time. You have stuff like Deadshot Stackle, or PhD Slider, where you're not going to use it much, But at a high level, it is like your life-saving, really. If you're gonna fall from a height, let's say here, as long as nothing really jumps up at you, you're gonna get a good amount of kills that will be around you. So as long as you have something like the AT glider and you have a shield, you can necessarily just like drop down from a certain height, like that, and cause a small explosion. The higher up you are, obviously, the more explosion range, damage, and further you fall. It's not that huge here. If I was to, let's say, slide off here, it will be big, dealing a huge amount of damage towards any zombies that are nearby. Now obviously with the HD slider it does come at a really big cost, because of, obviously, like, well, if you take too much of a fall, then obviously you're going to take fall damage. But that's what makes it worth it, because it reduces the amount of fall damage you take. So it does have that small cost of, like, well, you could take a lot of fall damage, but it reduces it by a bit, making it that sort of like safety in case you was to fall from a high area, because it reduces it by a little bit. Same way with death detection. You're not really going to notice it much, because normally what you hear the zombies if you're using something like headset or if you're just but it is still having that small amount of use where, like, it tells you if you're getting sneaked up upon. And with something like that, if you've, let's say, got no audio, because, like, your speakers may be broken or your headset's broken, but you still want to talk to others, or maybe your game audio is just not working, it tells you if there's a zombie nearby, allowing you to have that small prediction and be like, right, there's multiple zombies, or there's a zombie nearby. Like, this person saved me in many situations where I've been pinned with more zombies. So now look, you might not be able to see it well because it is a snowy map and it is a white arrow. But look, it tells me an arrow, and depending on how bright it is, determines on how close they are. Like, if I had no audio, or my headset was bugged, or just like game audio was bugged, or the game isn't working right, that would save me. Also, stuff like PhD slider there, if there was any zombies here, I would probably kill it. Because of PhD slider. But stuff like mule kick and that, oh.
Team, got another exfil window.
So stuff like that will necessarily be sort of like your lifeline. You don't want to get stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I can carry a third weapon. But what if that weapon ain't going to be that useful? Or you need to cycle to a weapon in like an emergency. So like, sometimes if I'm getting swarmed, I want to be able to swap to, let's say, the wonder weapon that I've got, or maybe the ray gun. And I'm like, oh god, I've got a lot of zombies near me. And I've got a huge horde of them surrounding me, like how I am now. As you can see. So I can shoot like that, run them through, maybe take a small amount of damage, but like, I'll live. Whereas if I had maybe mule kick with maybe that third weapon, I probably wouldn't be able to cycle to it in time. Maybe if it was the third weapon. Like, you want it to a point where you know you're going to use it where it's safe. Like, unless you have, let's say, your primary, and then, let's just say, like, a few other, like, so let's say primary and, like, 2 wonders, let's just say. Oh, no.
Need help over here.
I'm gonna save my perks. There we go. So, I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna pick up a stealth red. And yeah, I'll pick that up because why not? We're gonna exfil.
Requiem, this is strike team. Ready to exfil.
So,
Raptor 1 en route to Alpha Site. Get out of there before the window expires.
oh hello, Bucko. How are you doing? So obviously, when you die, you do lose quite a few. You're hurt, which counts is really annoying.
Right clear. About time for dropped.
As you can see, it's taking top.
Raptor 1 is reached Alpha site. Let's hook. Soviets
Quickly
have
cut through
identified
some
our
stuff.
location.
Found
Need yields and clear to proceed with extraction, strike team.
one.
Arming subtext. Arming subtext. Semtex primed.
Oh no. Oh no. Crap. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Throwing frag.
that was damage.
Window is firing. 15 seconds.
Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I do enough damage. No, I don't. I don't have any ammo in this as well. Oh no. Nah, I'm not gonna make it. No! Oh, that's disappointing. Oh yeah. So I've shown you the way you can get the DIE wonder weapon. I've also shown you the way you can sort of like, I've recommended you some perks that I personally use, and also I've shown you the pay to win gun that I think is pay to win. You might not, you might think, oh no, it's not that bad of a weapon. But that is my opinion. We all have different opinions. You might think, oh, it's not that bad. It doesn't seem to do any more damage. I could be wrong. It might not be pay to win. But I think it's because it does the fire damage, which makes it think. Because also it says here, it does fire elemental damage. So that's what I think the pay to win gun is, how to get the wonder weapon, and perks I'd recommend if you're going to play zombies on Cold War. Anyway, with that said, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed that, make sure you like and subscribe. And I have got a sneak peek for you, since you've watched to the end, of the next video that is upcoming. With that said, thank you all for watching, and here is a sneak peek of the next video.